goody? I'm Queen G22, Ninja Turtles gaming, geek stuff, and travel. And hello, Super 7 Punker Dawn, right? Punker Dawn, oh my God. 2 years, 2 years. I pre-ordered him early 2022. And here we are getting towards the end of 2024. Punker Dawn has arrived and I am so ecstatic. Like I'm just, this is something that I have really been waiting for. I had pre-ordered Slam Dunkin' Dawn months after I pre-ordered Punker Dawn. And as you know, Slam Dunkin' Dawn came in a few months ago, which by the way, if you haven't peeped my video, make sure you do that. But this Donatello has a special place in my heart, and it is because, yes, it is history time. This is my favorite, well, this is probably my top 3, maybe top 4. I gotta run down the list of my Playmates Donatellos. The original Punk Donatello, he was just one of my go-tos. I love this guy so much. In fact, I'm hoping to one day get him on card and then get him graded and, you know, just add him to the collection because I'm doing that with my favorite Donatellos and I do not have a carded Punker Dawn. So when Super 7 said that they were doing this, I was like, absolutely. So I am really excited to open this box. But before we do that, there is something abnormal about this whole shot right here. This whole view that it's got going on. So if you know what it is, please put it in the comments. I'm curious to see who is going to pick it up. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not quite right, but it is what it is. So let's get into this Punker Dawn. We love how they show up with their waves, with the whole cover up. We've got his face on here in the Super 7 design, which, you know, to give you like a little sneak peek on what's going to be behind here. Then down below it says Punker Dawn. On the back we have our favorite logo, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo, and then on the side the ultimates that Super 7 puts on, and then on the bottom it's got Super 7. Shout out to Nickelodeon. It asks you not to choke on it. Please do not do that. Just don't put it in your mouth.
That's what she said.
Michael, please. Please.
So yeah, all that verbiage. And then once we slide off this beautiful top here, boom, there he is. And he looks beautiful. Doesn't he look gorgeous? I do have some things, you know, loose and around because I had to open him up for the B-roll, which is why I am even more excited. But here we get a full shot of Punker Dawn. On the back, it's got some verbiage here. I'll just go over the quick part. Punker Dawn, the pierced punker of kickin' keyboards. Now, real quick, I did learn something interesting as I was at Granite State Con, which, by the way, if you don't know, is basically the Super Bowl for Ninja Turtle fans. Look it up. You should go next year if you are into Ninja Turtles, and if you went this year and I didn't see you, I'm so sorry. But I came across someone who had drawings from Varner Studios, and did you know, because I didn't, that Punker Dawn was originally drawn as a Rappin' Dawn, like the Rappin' Mike that we have, but it was Rappin' Dawn. That was really cool to see. I wonder if he's in my Varner's book. But anyways, back to this guy. So we have the verbiage on the back. We can see what's cracking on the front, and I'm not going to go over everything. I'm going to just open this box up so we can get right to him. Slide his ass on out. Move this out of the way. We don't have any, you know, background scene, which none of them do. And it looks like we have 2 parts. We've got Donatello, some hands and some faces on the front, and then on the bottom we do have some more things. So why don't we take a look at Donatello first? I am so excited. He looks, I'm going to put him side by side. And if you notice, I still have my original keyboard that came with my Donatello. So that should tell you how serious this figure was to me, because I lost a lot of accessories, right? Most of us lost all of our shit. Belts, bandana thingies, all the accessories. I have all of his accessories. I did not lose not one thing. This, the little microphone thing he had, and something else. It was like a, I don't know what those things are, but you know what I'm talking about, right? I did not lose any of his accessories. That's how much I loved him. Okay, so putting these guys, it's absolutely almost identical. So let's just go over Donatello and see how he looks compared to the other one. So first of all, we love his face, right? It is basically the same face that we have with the original. We've got Donatello with the closed mouth on the side, and then he's got his teeth with the gums. You can see that. Same thing as the original. Very nice. We have the orange hair up top, the orange mohawk, same as the original. We love it. He's got an earring on the left-hand side of his head, which is freaking awesome, which our original does have an earring, but I'm not sure if everyone's has paint on it. Mine does not have paint on it, so you almost can't tell right away that that's an earring, but you can definitely tell on Super 7 that there's separate paint, and you can see that there is a freaking earring. All the way to the back. Now, I was supposed to have a bandana piece on this one. It broke off. We have our short bandana piece like the one that he had. Coming down a little bit, he's got this necklace, and on the Super 7, if you can hear that, yeah, it actually comes off. When you swap the heads, this thing will come off, so be careful with it. It's easy to lose. Whereas on our original Playmates Donatello, it was just painted on him. So this is a really nice touch that they actually made it like a real freaking necklace. Going down to his belt, he's got his Donatello initial on it with the purple belt and with the pink little belt thingy underneath. I don't know what that's called. Somebody does, put in the comments. Just like the original. I mean, God damn, Super 7, nice job. It is damn near perfect. Even to the zippers on his jacket, we did have some pretty good paint on the original, so you can see the zippers on his jacket, and Super 7, they just absolutely nailed it. Now he's got this clip on the Super 7 one, which is pretty cool, and I think you can actually put a little piece underneath that. We don't have a clip on the original, but we do have like this chain thing that's going down the Donatello, and I believe that is an accessory. So it's actually something that you can remove and put on with the Super 7, which is another nice touch. I feel like I'm going to be saying nice touch a lot today. I'm super excited. So we looked at his jacket. We're looking at the zippers on the side. It's the same. The gloves and the the bracelet thing, it is the same. He's got the same silver glove on the left hand, and he's got he's got the silver glove on the right hand, and he's got the orange bracelet on the left hand, just like the freaking original. Also have the purple bandanas on his elbows, like the originals. I'm gonna be saying that a lot. Here's the only thing, and it's not really a thing, it's just me being particular and picky, because I'd have to double check my facts, but I think this Playmates Donatello came out in '92. I will put the correct verbiage on the screen when I get a chance to confirm it. So it's 2024. So he's got this, on the original, he's got a rip on the back of his jacket, and you can see his shell coming through. Remember back then, I was a little lazy with the paint. They couldn't be super detailed, so his shell is actually black. They did not do that. They did a good job of painting his shell green. However, it's very close in color, right? It's pretty close in color. I might have made that a little bit more greeny, just so it makes a big pop, like, hey, his jacket is ripped and that's his freaking shell. But it's kind of close in color. It's a dark green. I'm not saying they didn't paint it different. They did, you can tell, but it is definitely a dark green. So his jacket is ripped on the left, and his jacket is ripped on the left, just like the original. So I'm geeking out right now. He's also got a rip on the side of his jacket, which he has on the original. And yes, it is a different color green. And yes, it is hard to tell the difference, but mostly because I'm old. I'm sure those of you that are younger are probably like, wow, that's really bright. For me, I'm just like, I don't know, I can't see it. Let's see what else. The rips on his pants, on his jeans, are the same. I mean, Jesus, the colors that they use are freaking identical. He is pretty much spot on. Even all the way down to his shoelaces, it matches the shoelaces on the original. Like, I don't think I'm missing anything. There's a couple little add-ons, like this little silver, what do you call it? It's like the loop thing that you can like tie your jacket to. We don't have that on the original. We do have that on the original, but again, it's painted, right? Like, they wasn't doing all that, whereas Super 7, you know, nowadays can make it a little bit more separate so you can tell the difference. So just looking at him, I think he's freaking beautiful, and Super 7, they knocked this guy right out of the park, which makes me forgive them that it took 2 years to get him to me, but I'm a happy girl. So let's move on. So let's start with the head swaps. We'll start with the one to the left, which is similar to the Donatello. So we have this head swap, which is so neat. See if that'll like lock in there. That is a good looking head swap, right? Very similar to the original. The only thing different is that, you know, his mouth is all the way open. His teeth are very defined as far as like gums, teeth, and then the inside of his mouth. Like the painting on this, I think Super 7 did a really good job. He's wearing like these goggles, which is super cool. The mohawk hair looks great. I love this look. This is giving like a punk look for real. You can totally pose him like doing some crazy rock stance. He's singing his life out for real right now. Like he is singing his life. He is feeling the song, and this expression is totally giving that. I love it. To the right, we have another head swap, and this head swap is pretty nifty. We get a different version. Boom. Look at that. A different version of this punk Donatello. He's got purple hair, which I adore. I love purple. In fact, I even got purple and green lashes in right now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm loving this purple hair. The whole tongue on the side thing, I guess that's like his thing, right? Because we had that look with Slam Dunk and Dawn. I don't know really how, it seems really difficult to just have your tongue hanging off the side like that, but we had older figures that were doing that. But I mean, his tongue is it's hella long. So anyways, but this is the look that we have, which is a more chill kind of punk look. This is the look where he might be hanging on the street, chilling with his homies, and somebody walked by and he was like, yo, what's up with it? Like that's the type of look that this Donatello is giving, and I'm loving this other expression as a head swap. So this is really cool that we have two head swaps in addition to the head swap that comes with the Donatello. So you got 3 different looks to hook your boy up. I'm a fan. Let's move on. Let's go down to his keyboard. So he's got this super cool little, I think I feel like I was saying cool a lot, but I got a lot more cools left in me. The keyboard, this looks great. I love the detail on this keyboard. The paint is not sloppy on this figure. Everything that Super 7 did, I adore it. They did great. We have this design on the on this keyboard. Now let's see. And it is just a more modern version of the original keyboard. I mean, even for back in the day, I think this is a sticker or something that you could put on to separate the white from the yellow. This keyboard doesn't look bad, the original keyboard, but this new modern keyboard that Super 7 just like totally glamored up, it looks great. It totally gives homage to the original one. And I love that this, on the back of it, it's got these notches on it. So you can actually take the strap off. Me, I'm not gonna do that because once I take it off, it's gonna get loose. That's what she said. But you can do that to make it easier for putting it on and off of him. Me, I just raise his little arms up and then I just, you know, slide it on in there. I feel like this whole video might be a that's what she said, so I'm not gonna say anything else. But I love this, and it's flexible. Yeah, so it can bend and move, and then this strap actually stretches a little bit to help you get it on your Donatello figure, your Punker Don. So we love this. This is great. Moving to the right. So I'm gonna do both pieces. So to the right, we have this microphone and we have the stand. And this is cool. If you remember from the original, it was just kind of this whole little piece and he was just holding his hand. This actually has a platform so you can stand it up. And if you look inside of it, it's got these little notches, and I believe the microphone, boop, just pops right in. I don't know if you can hear that pop, but it really snaps in there. And it moves like a real freaking microphone. So you can totally pose him holding on to the microphone or just kind of like standing under and singing, you know, screaming. This is dope. I love how they switched this up and made this more of a posable thing that you can have with your Punker Don. And the paint on this is great. We have purple wrapping around the stand, which is nice because Donatello, so we love to see more purple. The paint on the microphone itself, I mean, it's fabulous. I mean, this is great. I love it. I love it. Okay, moving on. Below the keyboard and the stand and the microphone, we've got some hand swaps. So it looks like we have 3 hands for his right hand, right, with the glove, and then we have 3 hands for his left hand without the glove. So let's start with the glove. The first one we have is like this pointer one, and I love this because this is absolutely necessary, especially if he's singing and he's holding on. You know, he's gonna be pointing at his fans, you know, and doing a lot of this. So I love the pointer look. This is great. Then we have a open hand, right? Now this is cool because you can kind of like rest the hand on the microphone with this hand, or, you know, pose it where he's got his hand over the keyboard. So I love this piece so much. This is great. They did a fantastic job. That's another word I'm gonna keep saying, fantastic. And the detail on these hands, by the way, I didn't say anything at all, is great. The paint is perfect. It's not running off, and you even got the little kind of like, you know, I don't know what they would be, like stones or gem or rhinestones or something, you know, like a punk rocker would wear. So I love the details on these hands. And then our last hand, for the right hand, he's got a closed fist. So this is great. We love to see the closed fist every now and then. Of course, he's got to do like, some head banging pump fist. So this is great. It's a nice set of hands. I don't know, that they're totally embodying the punk rocker. Let's go to the other side. We've got, with the no glove, we've got another closed fist. Then we've got kind of an open grip, which we can use again to hold things, pose over the keyboard, or, you know, just as a stance as while he's screaming for his life. And then the last hand, another pointer. And so I can definitely see him with the keyboard, and he's got both his hands and he's pointing to the crowd, you know, like that type of thing. Yeah, so this is awesome. So that's what we have on the top part, and then we've got some more things underneath. So we'll move this out the way. Now the pieces underneath are completely different, I believe. Not completely relatable to the original piece. First, now we have this chain thing that I was telling you about. Now this chain, yeah, you can probably just put it on over his shoulder, and there's a little flap thing, and you can lock that in. Yeah, and you can probably wrap it around his arm, like the original has the chain running down his arm. So this is a decorative piece, and I think it's a good touch. Next to that, we have this thing. I don't know what this is called. I know this has something to do with music. I played the clarinet. I wanted to play the saxophone, but I ended up playing the clarinet. And I know this has something to do with hitting it, and it'll do like a chiming type sound. So whoever knows what the name of this thing is, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'll appreciate it, and then I'll forget what you said. But this is a nice touch. We did not have this with the original. So for them to add this, this is great, more to accessorize. To the right, we have a record. Now, I can't remember completely. I gotta look at my accessories, but I know we did have some type of record piece with the original. And so this is just really awesome to see that they included this as well. And all the way to the right, we can't have a Donatello piece without having his bow staff. And this one is a little neat, a little different. First of all, it's got the purple wrap around it, which is so cool, but it looks like a freaking instrument. An instrument that I've seen and I don't know the name. Yes, it's interesting because I'm actually a really good speller, like really, really good speller, but I don't know the names of things at all. I don't. I bet you I could spell it though. So this thing has got a mouthpiece at the end of his bow staff, and it's kind of giving like flute vibes, but I don't think it's that. So not only can he whoop your ass with this bow staff, he can play you a song after he does that. So this is cool. Like, I feel like if you are in combat and beat someone, you know, you're one-on-one, play him a song, you know? The F around and you effed up and how's it go? Yeah, you effed around and found out, and now I'm gonna play you this song. So this is cool. I like this addition. This is totally different, but I love it. This is one hell of a figure. He is going to look great with the rest of my Super 7s. Let's take a better look at Super 7's Punker Don. Pretty freaking awesome, right? He looks beautiful. I don't have enough praise. I think I have said this entire video. Nice, fantastic, good job, perfection, fabulous. I got nothing else. Super 7, I love him, and I think you guys, 2 years, I guess was well worth the wait. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about Punker Don by Super 7? I'm Queen G 22.